Hi guys, how you going? So this is where we are today. We're doing the Arco Lower Chadwick loop. It's about 9 k's. I think there's about somewhere between around 460 elevation. Beautiful part of the world. She's pretty cold this morning. There was a bit of rain last night, so let's see how we go today. But she looks pretty special. So we'll see how it goes. Whether I do the whole loop today or not, we'll see what happens. Because yeah, there's a lot of walks along the rivers, and because of the rain, whether or not it's passable or not, or depending on how wet I want to get. Say hello to the donkeys. Alrighty, let's grab the poles and get moving. So when you get to the car park, there's actually, it's a pretty tight one. So not room for many cars. I'm sure you can stack them. So this is where we're starting, off to the right now. So we come to our first obstacle, because it is a bit of an obstacle track here. Obviously don't bring your cars through here. Alright, so first kilometre in, it's just nice wide gravel track, nice and easy, a few ups and downs. Now we're coming to a bit of a steep uphill section. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, really easy. And again, if you're coming here in winter, bring gloves. My hands are freezing. Okay, so if you get to this fork in the road here, and you see this sign, and it says Foxy Gully Track, for the trail we're doing today, you've gone too far and you've missed the turn off back there. So head back about 800 metres and find the turn off on this side of the track. All right, let's turn around. Okay, back to where we should have turned. Arco track. Off to the right, off to the left is the car. Now, off to the right here, doesn't appear to be much of a track. Oh, there you go. Just through this section. Here we go. Watch out for the snakes. It's pretty cold this time of year, but on the forums they say there's quite a few. So look out for the fence post that says private property, no trespassing, and you're on the right path. All right, let's keep going. All right, so the last kilometre of track, nice and easy, just ups and downs across the tops of the ridges of a mountain. Again, you're in dense bush here, just mountains, basically 360 degrees all the way around, lots of wildlife, lots of birds. Haven't seen any kangaroos or wallabies just yet, but yeah, she's a nice easy track, relatively flat. But yeah, absolutely stunning. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we've just come down a nice, easy descent. And this is probably the first steepish climb so far. Otherwise, they've all been relatively easy. So I'll get my heart pumping by the top of this one. Whew. So that climb definitely got the heart pumping. At the very top of the hill, off to the left here, there's a little plaque in the memory of our dear friend Bridget Becker. Bridget faced the challenges of life, and with her club she faced the Lerderderg challenge. In both cases she succeeded. You're always with us, Melton bushwalkers. It's nice. Alright, let's keep going. I think we're about 3.3k in. Don't forget the detour in my numbers. So, alright, what goes up must come down. And yeah, sun sort of peering out through the clouds in the distance. We'll keep going. Alright, we're about 4k into the hike. Again, still all obviously dense bush. So we're about to go down quite a very steep section here. But yeah, track's beautiful. Sun, as you can see, starting to peer out. So, and where are we? We're at 11 o'clock in the morning. So, it's going to be beautiful. Alright, so that was quite a steep downhill section. And again, make sure hiking poles, they make it so much more easier and a lot easier on the body. Also make sure your shoes are tied up nice and tight coming down, or else you'll have bruised toes. I've experienced that before. And even with your shoes, make sure the toe boxes on your shoes are a decent size and width, because this is where your shoes, your toes and that start to swell. And yeah, it can become quite painful. Alright, let's keep going. Just come down, we go back up again. But yeah, no, the track's been really good. The track's in amazing condition. I think even in the wet it'll be fine. We'll see what's up ahead though. Alright, so this is where we're at. Found the first decent area if you actually needed to camp somewhere. Got a nice big flat area. Some of it's sloping, but otherwise there's some not too bad sections. I dare say you probably know where to camp here, but if you were, this would be a good spot to stop. Alright, we'll keep going. We're about to hit a section where it'll make how far we've come so far a piece of cake, because it's basically in all trails it looks like it's totally vertical. So let's see what happens when we get there. Not far away now. Keep going. Alright, so this next section of track is really not much of a track at all. It's all solid bush. You can't really see, you can just see a faint line of a track, and it's quite steep, and we haven't even got to the vertical section yet. But yeah, keep an eye out. You might see the odd arrow sprayed on a tree, but she's quite difficult. Alright, just come through this section here. Again, there ain't much of a track at all. You'll find hopefully there's the odd marker. That's what's ahead. And according to all trails, I haven't even hit the steep section yet. So could be interesting. Alright, so this is where I'm at, 5.5k in. And this is looks like where it starts to go steep. Like past that point, it just looks vertical. I can hear the water rushing in the distance. But, yeah, beautiful. Alright, let's keep going. It's getting scary. Do not underestimate the difficulty of this section. Oh my god. And this is, mate, this is vertical, I'm telling you. I can see off in the distance, I can hear water, I can see a creek. Beautiful. If it was summer, to go for a swim. Alright guys, we're at the bottom. That was extremely challenging. Again, literally a vertical descent. And it's been raining here the last couple of days, so the ground is quite slippery. So again, if you can, come as long as it's been probably dry for a couple of days. But yeah, she's pretty damn steep. So this is where I am now. So at the very bottom of the track, that's your little information sign. That's your marker. And the river's just over there. So we'll go off and have a look. Alright, so here we are at the bottom. Looks like, as you can see on the map, we've missed a bit of a turn or a slight deviation in the road. This will be interesting to explore one day. See where it takes you down that way. But what we're going to do is we'll cross the river here, and then we'll go down there. My understanding is there's not much of a track, so let's see how we go. Could see ourselves getting a bit wet. But yeah, pretty cool. There you go. So we must be in the right place actually. So that's where we came down. There's the post. There's a bit of spray paint. Looks like there's a bit of a rough path here. Let's see where it takes us. We have to cross the river somewhere. But yeah, she's pretty overgrown. Let's hope we don't get too wet. Like I said, there's not much of a track at all. Let's just follow the river. Bring your machete with you. I don't think many people have been through here in quite a long time. And just keep checking your map. Alright, see you at the other side. Alright, here's a nice little spot to stop and have a rest. But if you want to keep walking up this side of the bank, it's not going to happen unless you want to do some rock climbing. So at this point in time, you've got to decide whether you want to take the perilous journey of crossing the log, or you should probably track back. And there's probably another couple other places where you can cross without the risk of falling in. I've got my hiking poles with me. I'm feeling game, so I might try this one. Let's see how we go. So if you've got hiking poles or really good balance, tackle the makeshift bridge. As you can see, shoes are all dry, not wet. Alright, let's keep heading up this side. Let's see if, okay, let's keep heading up this side. Let's see if there's a bit of a track or not. Yeah, having fun. Alright, she's getting pretty nasty on the right hand side of the river. So I've found a nice little place over here which we'll cross over. Should be okay. Mind you, it doesn't look like much of a track on the other side. We'll see how we go. All the way along this track it's just crissing and crossing, so I don't think there's any right way. I think that little crossing was the right thing to do. Must divert, but yeah, it's pretty dry on this side. So let's get going. So I think there's quite a bit of this to get through. I think it's all going to be much the same. So I'll just keep plodding away. Again, the drier the better, just because these rocks can get quite slippery. Nice little bit of slime. Alright, better focus on where I'm walking. See you at the other end. Alright, so we're at the big bend in the river now. And again, depending on this time of year, you just follow basically wherever the water isn't. Boots are full of water. Don't worry about it. I'll wait until I get to the end of the river section before I empty them. But again, this is the train all the way through. That's cool. So. Alright, we're going to cross over here. We're at about 6.8k. This side's becoming a bit treacherous. Again, it's hard to tell what side you're on. But over on that side looks like there's lots of rocks where the river's a bit lower. Alright, so I'll cross here. Haven't fallen into the river yet. Let's see how we go. Little spot, just as I'll cross the river. Right, the cliff faces are all vertical here. But beautiful. And I can feel the rain starting to come in. We're only halfway through, distance wise. Hopefully when we get off the river that the pace starts to pick up a bit. Alright, another river crossing. Rain's starting to come down hard. I've got the rain gear out. We've come across this clearing at the bend in the river. Looks like a favourite spot for campers. Yeah, even got a few pots and pans, nice bench seat. What do you call it? Campfire. A few flat areas. So it'd be a good place to call it quits for the night. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so yeah, we'll see how we go. Obviously, I've got to keep going. I'm prepared if I do get stuck, but I don't want to be sleeping out here tonight. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, we're about 9k's in. We're almost to the end of the river section. Hopefully this is the last crossing I'll have to do. So we'll cross the river here. And then the cliff faces on this side of the river now getting quite steep, so cross the other side might be easy. Alright, still haven't fallen in. Let's see how we go. Alright, we've come to our third potential campsite. Tiny little flat area. Little fire pit. Beautiful place at the bend of the river. Now this is right at the end of the river section before you actually start heading back to the car park on track. So yeah, after a long day of hiking, I squeeze a few tents in here. Very small ones, but it's a nice little spot. No one around. Even got little chairs there. Looks like someone's built like a little fire pit area. Alright, it's getting dark now. Let's hope I get back to the car before dark. All right, one last crossing. You can just see off in the distance there's a little green marker and a white marker. This is where I'll zoom in a bit for you, just there. This is where we leave the river. The river keeps going. If you want to keep going, go for it. But now at this point it goes back to the car. And yeah, let's see how steep this section is, because this river has definitely taken a lot out of me. Ooh. And it's got to be probably the most difficult part is this bloody river. Across the river, and then this is what I'm faced with. Oh my god, it's like totally vertical. At least there's some markers, which I'm happy with. And again, over on the right here is Razorback track, and then God knows where that gully goes. All right, let's start walking, see how we go. All right, when you get to the top of the hill, the next section is very confusing because you're just full bush. There's not much of a track, but someone has graciously put all these little white pebbles on our path. So look for the white pebble path and follow that. So just finished climbing the mountain. About 550 metres of elevation, just went up 200 metres of elevation from the river. Again, all straight up, it's killer. I think now we've got a section just sort of up and down between probably 500 and 550 on the way back to the car. So hopefully it's not too bad. So yeah, so that's the track there. We've come out to a road. There's no signage, but if you look further down there, there's a big sign. So, all right, keep going. All right, so this is this sign. It says Lower Chadwick. Again, you can see everything's all overgrown. And there's another sign just here. Mackenzie's track, Lerderderg River, and yeah, some steep sections, no shit. All right, so we're going this way. Let's keep going. All right, we're on the home stretch, 500 metres to go. Just finished that climb. That was another 150 metres. So 350 in total from the river. So we're at 650 elevation now. So that's the signpost. We're going left. And yeah, I am absolutely wrecked. We've got a little bit of sunlight left, so we've done well. All right, back to the car. All right, guys, so that's the end. The last little section is just through some farmland. When you get back to your car, you get llamas, horse, pony, and a donkey waiting for you. There's the beast there. That was absolutely grueling. Anyway, I'll do a full debrief when I get home because I'm too stuffed. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hi guys, how you going? So it ended up being quite a challenging hike. Ended up taking 7 hours and 40 minutes. But of that, there was sort of 6 hours of moving time. So an hour and 40 minutes of stationary, filming, videoing, stopping, resting, and so forth. And again, previously I saw on the all trails someone that completed it in 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm not that sort of keen. Plus I also had that detour at the start. But mine ended up being 14 Ks versus their sort of 9.3 Ks. I didn't think the detour was that big. So, yeah, whether or not the all trails recording of GPS, it is a little bit off. Because often I was right on the river and it was showing I was sort of way off the river. So, yeah. So it's somewhere between 9.3 and 14 Ks if you go off the track a little bit. But yeah, no, she was quite good. Ended up being about 536 metres of elevation. Average pace of sort of 25 minutes per hour for myself. And again, I was carrying a 10 kilo pack, so keep that in mind. And again, I'm training for bigger hikes, so I'm always going out quite a bit with quite heavy packs in preparation. But again, I felt quite good at the end of it. Recovery the next day for me was great, so that was quite pleasing. But again, some suggestions. Again, avoid going out in the wet if you can, just because the steep downhill and uphill sections are quite slippery. Otherwise, if you can cope with that, then that's fine. You are going to get wet, so the river, and again, most of it was sort of quite lowish, but there are points where you just got no option. You just got to wade through the water. And the river, you'll cross it, probably a dozen times potentially. So, because some parts of the river, they've just got steep cliff faces, and you have to cross. So, and the tracks along the river, there basically aren't any. So you can see the faint markings of where animals have been walking through. And the only animals we ended up coming across, I ended up coming across, were basically some goats off in the distance. Other than that, plenty of wildlife, but there was really sort of nothing else through there. But yeah, which was really fun. Again, I tend to like the quite adventurous stuff, so I stay away from the stock standard plain old hikes and walks. So there's lots more to explore down there, so I'll be back there again, and I'll probably end up doing an overnighter there as well. So you'll see that in a future video. So yeah. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Again, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I shall see you out in the trails again. See you guys. Cheers.